Hi there, welcome to Mama in a Minivan, where I take all the hours that I spend Uber momming and waiting in my car to share thoughts on brain body biome health. Today, I want to talk about the idea of effort and working hard and pushing hard. And this came about because my daughter recently asked me when she got in the car, which of course is when we have some of our best conversations. She asked me if I was an overachiever. And it surprised me. It actually took me aback because I have been called an overachiever many times. And yet I've never shared that with her. She's never been really around me in that phase of my life where people talked about that or labeled me as such. So it did surprise me. And I said, I think at one point in my life, I was an overachiever trying to exceed expectations of myself and what I perceived society had of me. And now I like to think of myself as a high achiever, someone who likes to strive, but really strive from a place of ease and creativity and joy, which is so different than how I was earlier in my life. And earlier in my life, I was always working so hard and putting in the extra effort. At school, I always had to be the one that worked extremely hard to get the really good grades. And always putting in that effort took a toll on my nervous system. I was often anxious about things and pushing from that place of anxiety and some fear. And so I really thought, gosh, I hope my daughter sees something different in me now. And I think what I realized later is that they were having conversations because she's at a new school where they have grades and her former school didn't have grades. And so as we were approaching the end of the marking period, about a week before that, she said to me, "Oh my gosh, Mom, I just learned about something called honor roll and I really want to be on it." And I had again a bit of surprise and I got sort of a knot in my stomach because I remember always striving to be on the honor roll. And she's 11, and that's about the age that this very deep intrinsic motivation came online for me. And I said, "Oh, honey, as long as you're showing up and working hard and learning and growing, we don't care what your grades are. And you can always get honor roll later." And she said, "But I really wanted," it's this thing that I think they had talked about at school and she really wanted. And I said, "There'll be time for it later. If you don't get it this time, it's okay. We're not concerned about that." And she said, kept going on about really wanting this. And so to myself, I had this feeling of, oh my gosh, I really want her to come from a place of ease and peace around achievement and going towards achievement for the right reasons, for satisfaction of learning and growing and curiosity and creating awareness around topics of interest in the world. And so sure enough, she got on the all A honor roll. And again, saying to her, excuse me, that it's not about that achievement. It's about how you feel. If you've learned a lot, if you're growing, not just in academics, but in all areas of your life. And I'm grateful that she's allowed me to share tools that calm and organize the nervous system, because I know it would have made a huge, huge difference for me all those years that I was working so hard all the way through grad school and just pushing myself and really stretching myself so far without an understanding of how to do it from a place of ease. And I'm so grateful to have all of the tools that I've put together in my Inner Resources program that calm and organize the nervous system, so that instead of trying so hard, learning and growth can happen from a place of ease. And it's as simple as doing PACE every day, which I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel, or you could sign up for the Inner Resources gift offering. It's one of the videos in that series that the PACE just goes in and organizes your brain, body, and heart space so that right and left side of your brain are integrated. You see, it's only under stress that we really flip to right or left brain dominance. So when we're working optimally with our nervous system, when we have organized and integrated our nervous system. Right and left brain are working together as a team, as they should. And that's when we feel on and things happen easily. And so I think as much as I know that I've grown and I'm so much different than when I started my academic endeavors, I think part of this drive is perhaps innate with my daughter, and my hope is that she can use some of the tools. She's not always on board with using them, but I'm hopeful that she can use some of the tools and see the better example that I give now versus how I went through, where things were always so much effort and so hard. And now I consider myself a high achiever, but that high achieving comes from a place of peace and calm and groundedness. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'd love to hear in the comments, are these situations that you yourself have experienced and or that you've noticed in your children? And if you'd like some tools to support that, again, you can sign up for my free gift video series, The Inner Resources, on my website, inspiredwell.com. And I do have some inner resources opportunities coming in the new year if you want to dive deeper into it. Thanks for joining in, and remember, never ever underestimate a mama any minivan.